Happy Self-Love Sunday, ladies. I hope you're doing well. I hope that your journeys are going well. So today I want to come talk to some of my ladies who may be going through something right now, because I know the holidays are upon us, and it's not necessarily a joyous occasion for everyone. So I want to talk to my ladies because one thing I don't ever want you to get from my podcast or talking to me, or if you ever done a coaching session with me, you would hear me say this. I do not believe in false positivity. So what does that mean, right? If you slap me in my face, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, it's okay. I just got slapped. No, if you slap me in my face, I'm going to feel that, and I'm going to slap you back, right? So it's like, I don't believe in this, faking it. I don't believe in being fake at any point in your life. I don't at all. I believe that you have to feel your feelings and feel your emotions in order to heal. You cannot heal what you don't feel. So I don't believe in this false positivity. Oh, just stay positive. I hear this all the time from people. They'll do something and it affect a lot of people, and it's like, oh, just remain positive. Well, right now I'm not remaining positive. Right now I'm upset that you made a choice or made a decision that's affecting my life in a negative way. So I'm not going to just stay positive about that. I'm going to express how I feel. I'm going to feel how I feel, and then after I express that, I'm going to let it go. But I know that some of these things that we're experiencing right now is a little bit deeper than that, and it's actually started because I had a meditation earlier in the week, and I was talking to my private Facebook group about it. Just because I know people are really going through a tough time. Don't ever believe that because I'm sitting in these videos and I'm smiling that things are not happening in my life or have happened in my life. It is just the way I choose to see it. I have a different perspective on some things. So because I have that, it gives me a different outlook. But it does not mean that I don't feel things. I tell my private Facebook group all the time, I may cry every other day, and I do, right? But it's a little bit different tears. It's more of like gratitude and things of that nature because, I feel very thankful for where I am. I know where I came from, and to see where I am today, I feel very thankful for those things. I feel very proud. So I shed a lot of tears, but I'm gonna back this up a little bit because people just have this perception. It's like, oh, she's so positive on her podcast, or, well, I'm going through this, so I'm not feeling that way, and that's okay. But because I am feeling the way I'm feeling, don't mean I don't have emotions. So, for example, my son's birthday, my son who was murdered in 2010, his birthday is in October. It's October 26th. And when his birthday came, yes, of course I felt sadness. Yes, I felt those emotions. But what happens is, what we do as a family, and we made it a choice to do this every single year, is when his birthday comes, we actually still go out to dinner, me, my ex-husband, and our kids, and we go around a table and say something funny or something like, that really cracks us up because that's who he was, right? So I don't ever feel that feeling of, he's no longer here because he's still here. That love that I feel in my heart, that thrive and drive that I have, the fact that I am a self-love and wellness coach, all of that's him. That's, he really changed me. So it's like when he passed away, of course, man, listen, that was hard. I felt anger, I felt hurt, I felt sadness, I felt a mix of emotions, so, and then let me tell you something, the crown is heavy. I'm a mom. I had to make sure my kids are okay, make sure my ex-husband was okay, make sure other family members okay, do so. The crown is very, very heavy, so I felt all of it. It's not like, it was like, oh, it's gonna be, no, that wasn't really what it was. But I allowed myself to feel those emotions. And because I allowed myself to feel them, I was able to heal some of that. And then I was able to look at it from a very different perspective. I look at it from a loving angle. I always look at it like, and I always say, like, he changed me. That was my first real unconditional love, so to speak. It's just hard to really kind of put in words. But it was like I was really hard. I'm tough love. I'm just tough love. Even though people want to say it wasn't just the army. I grew up with a bunch of Amazon women, so my mother, my aunts. So I was just really hard. And when he passed away, it softened me a lot. It softened me, so I'm more open, I'm more vulnerable, and I cry. And I allow people to see me cry, which is something I would have never done before. So it was all of that pain that happened, it was, with that pain was a shift. It was a shift in me. It was a shift in my family. But it wasn't a shift that I was going to allow us to take us down. It wasn't a shift that I was going to allow us to be in this dark, deep place. No. It was like, okay, we're going to focus on the fact of the amount of love and the fun and everything that we had while he was here. You know what I mean? And then understand that he's still with us every day. You know, it's how you look at it. You know, even in these relationships, you know, I hear women all the time, you know, they're very upset. You know, I went through a divorce as well. But you know what? It didn't work out. And I don't feel like it was a failure. It actually was really successful because I created some beautiful kids out of that. You know what I mean? It's just some people are not meant to be together. We were meant to have our families together, and that's what we have. And him and I are okay today. I took the love from it. Okay? But when it first happened, right, being very honest, I had some emotions, right? So here's what I said to myself. Yeah, I am angry that I thought that my life was supposed to go this way, and it hasn't worked out that way. I'm sad that I set my expectations, you know, of having certain things and being a certain way with a certain person, and it didn't work out that way. But you know what? No matter what has happened in my life, no matter how bad it was, everything has always worked out for my greater good. And if you really stop to think about it, if you really just stop to think about it, give yourself a breath, give yourself a beat. Hasn't everything always really worked out? I mean, let's be honest here. And that's the other thing. We don't want to tell ourselves a real story. You know, in these relationships, it's like, oh, when these anniversaries and things come around, the reason why you're really upset about it is because you're focused on the fictional part of it, right? Oh, you know, it was so this and it was so that. But let's be honest about it. It wasn't really what was meant for you. And here's how you know, because it's no longer yours. I had to let go somebody who, I mean, I thought I loved with every fiber of my being. Real talk. Like, I didn't think when it first happened, like, I didn't know what I was going to do with myself, right? But real talk, when I think back on it, it wasn't for me. It was meant to shift me in a new direction, to gain some knowledge and some lessons about myself. Mainly that I did not love myself. This has nothing to do with him. This has everything to do with me. I didn't love me, you know, and it sounds crazy, but I still I'm so thankful because all of that forced me to spend some time alone with me, get into me, learn me. So how am I sad? I can't be running around here moping and sad about that. That's a beautiful thing, but I tell myself the truth. You have to do that. I know when you're in the midst of a storm, you really don't want to hear it, but this is what you have to do. What you have to do is tell yourself the truth. Tell yourself the truth. Yes, this hurts. Yes, I'm angry. Yes, I'm sad. I expected my life to go this way, or I expected to be with this person, or I expected to have this job, or I expected to have this thing. It hurts. I feel that. But I know something better, something greater is coming. I believe that. You have to believe it. You have to know it. You have to feel it. You have to meditate on it. You have to be thankful on the way to it, though. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I get up in the morning sometimes, while I'm crying, I'm saying thank you. I'm saying thank you for my lights being on, because I remember a time when I couldn't afford to pay my light bill. You know, to somebody else that may seem, you know, and I said this to my other group, somebody else, they'd be like, what? Like, they may not know what that feels like, but I do. So you have to get up in the morning and be thankful for something that you wouldn't have had, or wouldn't have, something that you have today that you wouldn't have had yesterday. I say thank you. I'm thankful for my kids, man. They're not perfect. Child, please, Cameron get on my nerve every day. But I'm thankful that they're thriving a lot better than me. Hey, I walked in the house 16 and pregnant. Okay. My baby's nowhere near that. I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I was able to get myself together enough to give them something different, to even go to them and say, hey, listen, I messed up. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that I wake up in a house that I own. You know what I mean? So it's like you got to get up and there is always something to be thankful for. There's something that you have today that you didn't have yesterday. Even if it's peace of mind. You know what like you have to. So those little things that I do, right? All of that collectively helps me when I'm at my worst. But this is the nugget that you need to understand. And I know it's hard to hear, but you got to hear me. When you're at those times when you're feeling really down, and I want to make a disclaimer. I'm not talking about someone who's going through mental health issues. I'm not talking about someone who may need to seek, counseling or therapy, type help. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, us going through, things, as little shifts that are happening in our lives, right? Whether it's loss of a job, loss of a relationship, loss of a loved one, or just kind of feeling like, especially as we get older, just you kind of really don't know what's going on in your life. Your kids are getting older, they're leaving, you're becoming empty nesters, right? So you're just kind of in this phase of just like, oh, I just feel there's a lot going on. What you have to understand is the reason why you're feeling that is there's a shift. There is a shift that's either about to be made or need to be made that you're resisting. It's a shift. Because the truth of the matter is, when we're happy, we move. We do, because I do. I move, but I never move as much, just to be really honest, as when that painful point is in my life. Child, when my relationship broke apart, I remember being in this place of, by any means necessary, I'm never going to let that happen again. I'm never going through that again. I don't care what I need to do. I don't care how I need to do it, God. I don't care who I need to talk to. Call a therapist, call a doctor, call whomever. I'm never, right? So that intensity to heal, that intensity to learn that lesson, that intensity to heal that karma was great because that pain was deep. So it was that shift. It was a shift that I needed. It was a shift to bring me back to me. It was a shift to bring me to self-love. It was a shift of everything I needed because I really wasn't secure in myself. I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't think I looked good enough. No matter what I achieved, that's why I always tell people, it ain't about that outer appearance. Listen, I was in the gym, body was banging, but my insides was still like the reason why I was going super hard in the gym and had everything so super tight, and my hair and, my nails and everything was because I wasn't feeling good on the inside. So it was like that shift needed to happen. So that's what I need you to feel. So sometimes, when you're sitting in it, it feels real bad, but just know, the small things every single day, finding something to be grateful for every day. I know it's hard, but you have to find something. Find it. Find something to be grateful for every single day. Even if it's God, I got up this morning. Whoever your God is, or whoever your higher power is. I'm not trying to give you a label. I'm just saying, there's some spirituality in this. Whoever you call on, and spirit guides, whatever you want to say. I don't know. I'm not choosing that for you. But you just, even if it's, thank you. I have another day, another chance to make another change, to do something different, to feel something different, to listen to something different, to meditate different, to do something, right? So even if it's just that, you have to every single day. Every morning when I get up, I tell you these things in these videos. Every morning when I get up, I listen to, first and foremost, I meditate, gratitude, everything. And then I listen to, as I'm getting ready for work, and even when I start work, I'm listening to something positive that's feeding my mind. When I talk about wellness and I talk about exercise my mind first. First and foremost, I feed my mind, I feed my soul. And then everything else translates after that, right? So even if I'm a little funky in the morning, by the time I finish listening to everything, I'm back in that smooth place. I'm back in alignment. I'm back like, all right, I got this. I'm feeling kind of good. I can do this, right? So that's what I mean. It's like you got to do those small things, right? So if every morning find something to be grateful for, listen to positive things, everything is, you find everything on the net now. YouTube is free things to listen to. Come on, we can do this, right? Even if it's going for a walk. I know it's cold. I'm here on the East Coast. It's a little bit cold. I find it hard to, thrive out in the cold too, but, you have to give yourself just give yourself a little bit every single day. Journal, feel those feelings. Stop trying to just be like, no, just I'm not going to deal with it. No, deal with them, because I need you to deal with this. Really, really deal with those emotions. Allow that stuff to come up. Journal, write it out, because once you feel it, you can start to heal it and you can start to let it go. You can start to release. The only way you can release it, listen, you can try to mask all you want. I did that. I tried it. I did. I was nervous, full nervous breakdown. Full nervous breakdown, because full disclosure, when my son first passed away, I wasn't even focused on me. I was so busy worried about everybody else. I didn't really deal with those emotions that what I was feeling. So they caught up to me later. Full nervous breakdown. Let me go get the therapist now. Right? You don't have to do that. This is why, and this is the thing. When you do all of those things to help yourself get through those storms, to make that shift, to come into alignment, to feel better, it is all leading you to your purpose. I firmly believe that everything that I went through, every single pain point, everything, the shift, was so that I could grow and give myself away and give myself to you and show up here every Sunday and be vulnerable and be open and be honest to tell you that it is hard. My crown is very, very heavy that I carry. I'm a single mom. Sometimes it's paycheck to paycheck. Sometimes, things just ain't working right, but I will never allow myself to go down that negative road. I always say this is temporary things. It's temporary things. Things are always working out for me. There's something better on the horizon, and I believe that. And because I believe it, it always happens. It always shows up. That's what you have to do. Every single day. I know that it's hard. Believe you me, there's times when I would get up in the morning and I press play on something positive and I'm just upset and I want to hear that. So I would change it until I found something. I was like, okay, now I can hear and I can really feel. And then I kind of would write some of my emotions out, and then I can go back and listen to something later, right? So it's just like, you just got to work with yourself. Massage yourself, love yourself through it, and don't get pissed off because today you didn't feel like meditating. Okay, that happens. So you go do something else. Maybe you journal, maybe you walk, maybe you do nothing but just be. And that's okay too. We gotta stop beating up on ourselves. It takes time. It took me a lot of time. I'm hard-headed, child. It took me a long time. It took a lot of universe, you don't want to learn? Okay. You want to do it again? Oh, you want to do it again? You want to just keep doing it? Okay. Let me just keep slapping, and then I finally had to wake up. But it wasn't overnight. I work every single day. Everything that I tell you, I do every single day. I get up every single morning and do the same thing every single morning. It does not change, and it will not change. And it won't change. What I listen to may change, but what I do won't change, because it has brought me to a place of such love and joy that I can't wait for you to get there. I want you to get there. I really do. I want you to start feeling your emotions. Know that it's okay. It's all right. But there are little things you can do every day to make yourself feel better. Number one, wake up in the morning. As soon as you open your eyes, give thanks, gratitude to whomever you believe in. If you can, guided meditation if you can't meditate on your own. If you feel like you can't even get to the meditation point, listen to something positive. Listen to something. There's so many people out there. Wayne Dyer, Abraham Hicks, Billy Osbrooks, E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher. There's so many different people. Listen, if you're in the church, Joel Osteen, find something positive to listen to. How about just go type it in on YouTube, what you think you want to listen to, and it's going to come up for you. And if it resonates with you, listen to that. Give yourself that first thing in the morning. While you're getting ready, what's the big deal? You're getting ready anyway. Play it loud so your kids can hear it. I do it in my house. So my house is not chaotic in the morning. Okay? So go, it's okay. Throughout the day, it just sets your tone for the day. And even if you have what we consider contrast, you're able to look at things a little bit different. You're able not to react to things so much because your energy and everything's aligned. Your energy is everything. It really is. Okay? Before you go to bed at night, I do the same things. I listen to something before I go to bed. I give thanks. I give thanks to my bed. And I know that sounds crazy. Some people, you know how good my bed feel? Thank you for this mattress. Thank you for my pillow. Thank you for my privacy, to be in my own room. I don't know about you, but when I grew up in the house, we didn't have our own room. I shared with my brother and my sister. Thank you, God, that my kids have their own room. Thank you. Sometimes you got to do that. It seems small. Thank you for that running water. Do you know there's people, you see what happened in Flint, the type of water they have? You don't have that? Give thanks. You can listen, some of these people, some of us have a washer and dryer in your house. Give thanks you don't have to go to no laundromat. I hate going to the laundromat. You understand what I mean? So give thanks. Give thanks that you have, and if you have to go to the laundromat, because I had to do that too, give thanks that you have money to go wash your clothes. There's some people who don't. That's what I mean. There's always something. Sometimes we look past those little things. I don't want you to look past them anymore, because that's going to help you get through. So what are we going to do? So I can end this video. We're going to feel our emotions. We're not going to fake it. There's no fake positivity. We're going to feel those emotions, but we're going to talk to them. We're going to be truthful. I am angry. I'm sad. I am hurt. I'm upset that my life is not going the way that I thought it should be. However, I know that everything always works out for my greater good. I know something better is on the horizon. Universe, God, spirit animal, guide me, protect me on my way. Bring me joy, bring me peace, bring me love on my way to that until I get there. Every day, right? Then we're going to do small things. Gratitude in the morning, gratitude at night. Meditate if you can. Listen to positive things. And we're going to get ourselves around some good, positive people. Sometimes you have to do that too, right? Get up and get out your house. Stop moving. Call me if you need to. That's what the self-love coach is for. That's what the wellness coach is for. Call me. We can talk about it. All right? I'm here for you. But we're going to get through these holidays. We're going to get through these tough times. We're not going to eat our way through it either, Jesus. We're not going to do it. We're going to enjoy it at Thanksgiving, but we're not going to eat our way through it. Okay? We got this. We're about to enter a new decade. I'm telling you that. We're going to leave some of this baggage behind. Next Sunday, I'm going to tell you some of the things that I'm doing to help me clear the clutter before 2020. All right? Remember, always feel free to reach out to me. Email, MoeSassfitness at gmail.com. I'm on Facebook, Moe Sass Fitness. You can also find me on Instagram. Feel free to message me anytime. That's what I'm here for. We're going to get through this. We're going to get through this together. All right? I love you for listening. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. It's a little bit longer than usual, but it's okay because we have to maybe be a little bit longer, a couple of Sundays, because I want each and every one of you to go into this new decade shedding as much baggage as possible. We're going to leave it behind so we can go in with the new. Okay? I love you for listening. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Sunday.